All right, so we have someone here where we like to call Ask the White Girl, and we haven't done this in quite some time. And we have some people who wanted to ask our favorite white girl, Miss Amy, some questions about white people. Okay.
Hold on, I gotta take a drink.
she gotta get herself ready.
So we always have to give our disclaimers. Since it's been a while. This does not represent my personal opinion. Just what I feel like is what my experience with white people. It doesn't mean it's the right experience, and it's just what I have observed. So don't come at me.
She is not the spokesperson for all white people.
Not at all, actually.
No. Yeah, because sometimes white people be doing some crazy shit. So I don't want you to attach yourself to that crazy shit.
I'm not that person.
All right.
Most of the time.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. Hey, white girl, why do you think we don't see white men dating black women as much as we see white women dating black men?
I'm going to start with that one. I'm still thinking about the answer to that one. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe more recently, and maybe this is just my own personal experience and observation, but I feel like I've seen more white guys dating black women than I have in like previous years. But I still, obviously, it's very disproportionate. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. Well, we talked about on the show the last time about, because somebody asked the question that was kind of reversed about why do black men like dating white women? And we had that conversation, and we talked about how some black men feel like that white women are just like the yes person, like they just say yes to everything and very submissive and all of that stuff. So I don't know if that's the thing.
I don't know. I really honestly don't know the answer to that. I have a friend of mine who is a black woman dating a white man, but also my friends also dated black guys and Middle Eastern guys and
Latino guys. United Nations.
I'm not. No, that's just gonna make that she's not a hoe.
No, I wasn't saying she was a hoe.
I'm just saying like there's like
she's very diverse.
The answer when I ask like what it just doesn't matter. Like it's not about the color or the race. It's about like the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, shout out to white men who are dating black girls. We love to see it. We love that shit. Y'all welcome to the cookout. Just don't bring no potato salad.
Are you sure though you want to welcome? They have to don't they have to prove that?
Well,
some of them, but listen, some of the
got a lot of little rhythm to them now.
Some of the white boys that I've seen date some of my black female friends do not have the rhythm. And they do.
Yeah. They got to complete the cookout checklist first before they can come. It's a whole checklist.
What's the checklist?
What is the checklist?
Do you know how to play spades?
Yes.
Can you cook?
Yes.
As long as you don't say nigga,
what
we
seasonings
good.
you use?
Do you use seasonings?
Well, I already showed my entire 3 spice closets.
Yes.
So
yeah, and the last one be: do you say the N word? Because if you do, then you really can't come.
Right.
Some of them white boys,
correct.
Yes,
real comfortable.
They get real comfortable, and we don't tolerate that shit here on Mud Talk. So.
Not even if you're rapping a song.
Not even. Yeah, we definitely.
I ain't helping you fight. I'm gonna be too drunk. I'm gonna be in the corner cute. Oh, you got your ass whooped. You want another margarita?
Well,
I feel like you were just saying me to go kick out the white boys. I would be okay with that.
We'll just send Amy to do it.
I'll do it.
That's fine. All right. Question number 2. Hey, white girl, why do white people drive so slow?
I don't fucking know. They need to speed it up. Because I can't with people that drive slow. I don't care what race you are. If you drive slow, I will be on your ass. I will honk my horn.
No, I'm that driver that will go in the middle lane and go around all y'all. Do not box me in.
Yes.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, I will go
that was
around.
me on the way here.
That was me 5 minutes ago. That was you.
No, I was driving past. Somebody was going really slow and then he pulled up on the sidewalk and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Anytime I see somebody, if I'm behind somebody who's driving slow, I automatically assume it's a white person. And when I get around them, it's usually a white person. And I usually look at them like,
it's older white people. Like most of my younger white people that I know don't drive super slow. In fact, they drive reckless and not in a safe way. Like if I'm going to die.
Oh.
But older white people tend to drive my mother. Oh Lord, I love you, Shirley, but
speed it up.
It's bad.
Yeah, they definitely do the speed limit.
Yeah,
if it's 40, they're not going to do 41.
No,
they're going to do 40.
Yeah, that's why my mama can't get in my car. She wanted me to do
rule
speed
followers. So I don't know. Maybe it's not a white people thing. Maybe it's an old people thing.
Old white people thing.
Old white people thing.
People named Shirley and Barbara.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Hey, white girl, when you're hanging with your black friends, what do people assume about you as a white girl?
So this actually was a question that I had a very long discussion with some of my friends when we were out. So number one, I think a lot of people just automatically assume that I'm a Karen, and that drives me insane. No, I'm not a Karen. I'm gonna answer this personally. I'm not a Karen. I'm not gonna call. I mean, I might call a manager if my food isn't right, like we talked about, but that's not a white people thing. That's just get me some free food because you fucked up my order. Oh shit, it's not past 9. I can't say that, can
Girl, I don't
You
already
said it
said
already?
motherfucker
Oh, good. Okay,
and,
perfect.
and nigga.
Too
So
late now.
I? Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but so I'm not a Karen, and it makes me. It's almost to the point where it's actually really annoying because I'm out and people just automatically just like call me Karen or assume I'm a Karen. I'm like, I'm not. You don't know me. Don't judge me like that. So please don't do that. In my profession, I work with helping people a lot, and I have had a lot of people, not even hanging out with my friends, but like I've had a lot of people that, and I'm not going to say black, I'm going to say that aren't white, that have just automatically assumed that kind of that white savior complex that I'm there just to kind of save all the people that aren't white, and that's not it at all. I genuinely care about and love everybody. I don't care, like if you need help, I'm gonna help you.
right.
I don't care what race you are, and that makes me crazy. I picked my profession because I like helping people. I think mental health is important. I obviously recognize that in our non-white communities, mental health is not often addressed. So for me, that's a cause that I've kind of taken up just from simply sitting in counseling sessions and hearing how mental health has been addressed over the years. And that has nothing to do with me wanting to be a white savior for anybody.
Yeah.
So that's another one. I get this a lot, honestly, with some of my friends, like maybe the moms or some of the older black women, and like the moms, like kind of almost like, are you here to date my child? And also don't. I just get really dirty looks a lot from like some of the older black women in the community, and I'm not here to date anybody's son. Just I'm throwing that out there. And that's not so I will say that every white girl's out there to try to like date people's son. I just the other way around, like we talked about, like, but that's that I get that a lot. And then I get a lot of like, you would never understand anything that we're going through. And although I'm not any other race than white, even though that's people think I might be Latina or whatever.
People don't think you're white anyway.
But I am, and I get a lot of you could never understand. Although I could never understand personally, I do work very hard with everybody that I come across to learn their story and learn their life. So don't assume that I couldn't possibly get anything. I'm going to ask. If I don't know, I'm going to ask. And I'm going to ask in a polite way, not in like a way that I'm trying to expose you or trying to put it out there. But I'm going to try to make sure I understand your situation, whatever race you are, whatever religion you are, whatever ability level you are, age, whatever. That's just, so I think the assumption that I am there just to kind of, and I would never possibly understand, or that I could never possibly fit in, or I'll be the first one to say I'm not any other race than white. And I don't try to be any other race than white. I don't try to switch it. And we talked about that a little bit in one of the other questions. I don't try to switch who I am. Like, I am who I am. This is who I am all the time. When I'm with my white friends, with my black friends, when I'm with my Latina friends, when I'm with my old people friends, my young people friends, like this is who I am.
Absolutely.
Now I might filter myself a little bit at work because I don't want to get fired. But aside from that, like I think the assumption is that anybody that's hanging out with another race is they're trying to be something that they're not, and that's not it.
That's not cool.
And I'm not, but here's what I'm going to say. I'm not saying that that's not how some white people are, because it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, me personally, that's not how I am.
Yeah.
But I could really honestly, and I think a lot of white people could really honestly deal without like the Karen comments.
Yeah.
The you're here to kind of try to date somebody outside of your race situation, because that's not ever the case. Like I just love people. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think so? We talked about code switching before on the show about how we feel as black people. Sometimes we have to code switch. Do you feel that sometimes as white people, you guys have to code switch?
I do. I think not so me no. Like you are, I am who I am. I don't give a fuck where you live. I don't give a fuck what your situation is. I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you live in one neighborhood. This is who I am always. But I will say that I do have, and I have seen a lot of white people who, if you're a white person put into a situation and you're not comfortable being around people of a different race, I think it's almost sometimes it's like their first initial reaction is to try to do and say, and it makes me crazy. I'm just like, just be you. Like people are gonna like you for who you are. They're not.
Right.
But I think a lot of times just out of self-preservation, that's a big word. But I think people just do it just out of that, or just to try to fit in, or because they want to be liked or want to be accepted. But I think people just be themselves, and if people don't accept you, then find new people.
Absolutely.
Don't hang out there.
I love.
Definitely.
Can we got to give Amy a cool bomb on that one, because that right there, just be your goddamn self, please and thank you. That's definitely a cool bomb.
I could like dance to that. I don't know.
A cool bomb, bro. We'll figure that out later, sir.
He's like, I'm gonna find it.
Don't hit every button, please don't, because then it might be something like some crickets, and we definitely don't need no crickets. So, all right. Well, thank you, Miss Amy, for that Ask the White Girl. We appreciate that so much, and we're gonna have some more.
Did you come up with any? Any Ask the White Girl questions while you're saying?
No, I was trying to think as you were talking. I'm like, man, I don't know any. I mean, but I've been around. My girl is half white, so I mean, I get the best of both. I mean, I get both sides, so it's like
I will say that's another assumption too. Like a lot of people are like, anytime we ask these questions, like, "Oh, I dated somebody that's white, so I already know everything." No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that you do. I'm saying,
you know what?
people say that because you don't, but you might know more than most people. You
Right. And what I would say is about her,
Yeah.
she doesn't try to, hop sides or whatever. She is who she is.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about her. Like, she is who she is. She doesn't try to, when she come around my family, she's still that giggly Gigi. When she's around her family, she's still the same way. Around my family or my friends, she's still the same exact way. So,
and that's what you like about her.
That's
that
what I
she's
love
her.
about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how you should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, white people, it's okay to be white.
I will say though, I think some of that, going back to your question, now that I'm sitting here like processing what you said, I do think that there is a lot of pressure, especially with what's in the media, for people who are white to like there's a lot of like a spotlight on like the Karen situations or certain things in the media that I think there's just a lot of pressure on, like, you don't want to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, be the wrong thing. And I think that could probably lend itself to a little more of that.
Yeah.
Just because like if they're not used to being, which is a problem. Like if you are not used to being around people who are not like you, get out and be around people who are not like you. Like I don't care what the race is, just what somebody that's not you, that's different, and learn. But if you're not used to it and then you end up in a situation where you're around people, I think there's just, and I've heard that from my white friends, like there's so much pressure. Like I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to do the wrong thing. Like, do you know I would be canceled if I said something? And maybe just out of being naive, not knowing certain things about people. And so I do think that there might be that pressure to not say or do the wrong thing, because you and I both know very clearly that there's a lot of things in the media and the spotlight that when, white people, as they should, act certain ways, it gets kind of blasted everywhere, and it might not even necessarily be intentional. Like they might not be intentionally being racist. They might just be stupid or naive.
Well, racist people are stupid.
Right, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, they just might not know any better. And that's part of their own problem, because you do need to get out there and like learn things. But, I think that there is that pressure of like, I don't want to get canceled. I don't want people to think that I'm not trying to intentionally be that way. I just don't know any better.
Yeah. Right. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Amy, for that. We always appreciate you when you answer our Ask the White Girl questions. And we'll have some more next time. We'll try to get some more.
And White Girl's going to visit some things. Now the weather's getting nice. We got some barbecues, some spades games. I'm going to beat you guys all that.
We still got to get White Girl goes to church.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes, we got to.
White Girl's going to the Greek Orthodox Church this weekend with my child.
Oh. How was that?
I don't know. They don't speak English half the service. So we'll see.
Well, good luck with that.
I found out I don't have to cover my hair, though. I just have to wear something nice and cover my skin.
Oh, okay. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to go ahead and pay some bills real quick. And when we come back, we are going to tap in with Tanae the bartender, because we talked with her earlier today. And she's going to be telling you all about how to make some delicious margaritas and some amazing food that goes actually really well with tequila, which I didn't even know there was, different food besides Mexican food that went with tequila. So we learned a lot. So we're going to go ahead and pay some bills, and we'll be right back here on Mud Talk.